Hi everyone, this is Kristen with the Tech Reviewer. Welcome to my launch week accessory reviews for iPhone 12 and 12 Pro. Today I'm here with a first look at the RhinoShield SolidSuit and ModNX cases for the 12 and 12 Pro. RhinoShield cases are always one of my favorites. They're thin and lightweight, provide over 11 feet of drop protection, are highly customizable, and are made of a food-grade plastic. Lots to love here. Let's check out these cases in more detail on my iPhone 12 Pro in Pacific Blue. Looking at the SolidSuit case, this is quite a thin and lightweight case. Has a very nice feel to it. It's relatively rigid, but it does have some give to it. We have a honeycomb pattern on the interior, which adds to the protectiveness of this case. The case is made of a material called shock spread, which was developed by the folks at RhinoShield. That's what gives the case its over 11 feet of drop protection. It's 3.5 meters actually. And not only does this case protect your phone, it also may protect your health as well because it's made of a food grade plastic, which is BPA, BPF, and BPS free. Overall, just a really nice case from the folks at RhinoShield. Putting your phone in this case is very easy. Just start on the one side and clip on your other corners. Compared to the previous year's RhinoShield SolidSuit cases, I think that the one for the 12 and 12 Pro is a little bit easier to install, and it's also easier to remove. Despite this, you have a really nice, tight, solid fit on the phone. Absolutely no give anywhere. Usually the areas over buttons are a little tricky. They tend to have a give to them, but really not with a SolidSuit case. This is a really nice, tight-fitting case. In terms of the amount of lip you have a a good amount of protective lip here around your screen. I do have a tempered glass screen protector on here right now. This is the One Touch Screen Protector by TechMat. It's quite a thin tempered glass screen protector, fits well with this case. But if I didn't have this on here, I would have just a little bit more visible lip. Looking down here at our port openings, I'm sorry to say they decided to go with symmetrical port openings for an asymmetrical phone design. This one should have been a little smaller here, but it's really not a big deal. And looking at our lightning port opening, this is plenty large enough to fit many third-party lightning cables, but of course this case does support wireless charging, so you might find you're using that functionality less than you otherwise would. Going up the sides, you can see we have a spot here for a lanyard, although one is not included with this case, nor does RhinoShield sell one. But if you happen to have one, you can definitely use it. The material here has a little bit of texture to it. It's not as slippery as in previous years. Also, maybe the fact that we have these square sides on here helps with the overall feeling of grippiness. I find that this really feels quite secure in my hands, even though it's not the grippiest of materials. Overall, I think that this feels quite secure in the hand. Going up here to our volume up and down buttons, these are absolutely excellent, very clicky, very responsive, and there is no issue at all in getting to the mute switch. Looking at our view here from the top, lovely fit here again with the screen protector from the folks at TechMat. Everything looks great. And then going over here to our side button, again, super responsive, no issues. And then we have some RhinoShield branding down here at the bottom. Looking at the back of the case, everything looks just beautiful. I love the look of this carbon fiber finish here on the back. This is one of the many different back panel options you have with the SolidSuit. Full disclosure, it's not real carbon fiber. It is a textured plastic that looks like carbon fiber, but I think it has a really nice look and feel, adds a little bit of grip to the back of the phone. Overall, really quite attractive, very fingerprint and scratch resistant, and it wears really well over time. Looking up here at our camera opening, you'll see that this is a bit different than RhinoShield SolidSuits of previous years. We have a rim that runs around the edges here, and we have some RhinoShield branding. This looks different than the 11 Pro version. If you look here, much more of a plain look to it. I think that this is a nice design addition, gives more of a premium look to the RhinoShield SolidSuit case. And clearly it gives you plenty of protection for your protruding camera. This case is going to support wireless charging without any problems, and it has a little bit of ability to be used with MagSafe charging, just a little bit, not much. Your magnetic connection is pretty poor. It will stay on there a little bit, but if you pull it at all, it comes right off. So definitely not a real MagSafe case here, but if you happen to have the MagSafe charger around, you can use it in a pinch. Removing this case from your phone is quite easy. Just start at the bottom, push outwards, and then your phone will pop right out. Looking at the plain SolidSuit case that RhinoShield sent me, this is the same case on the sides as the carbon fiber version that we were just looking at. It's only the back where the difference shows up. Here we have a plain matte plastic back panel. Still going to be quite scratch resistant, but as far as fingerprints, it's not going to be quite as fingerprint resistant as the carbon fiber finish. It also doesn't have the same amount of texture to it, has a smoother feel, and this year's SolidSuit cases don't seem to have quite as much tacky grip as previous years' plain SolidSuit back panels. But overall, I think that the SolidSuit itself, maybe because of the squarer edges, has more grip in the hand, feels nicely secure when I hold it. You do have the option to add a print design onto the back of the plain SolidSuit cases. There are hundreds of designs to choose from, and you can really make your SolidSuit your own, so I think that that's definitely an advantage of going with one of the plain backed cases. It's only $5 more, and there's tons of great options to choose from. One fun custom option, which is available with both the ModNX and the SolidSuit cases, is to change out your button color. This is really easy. Button colors are 99 cents per set, so it's not an expensive option either. And changing out your buttons is fun and easy. And now we have blue buttons for our blue phone. Nice little splash of color to brighten up your day. Moving on to the RhinoShield Mod cases, these are made of the same exact material as the RhinoShield SolidSuit cases, as far as I know. It's the same shock spread material. It's going to give you that same over 11 feet of drop protection. Same sort of textured plastic here on the outside. So this can be used either as a bumper case, as it is right now, or you can switch it over to a full case mode. Here we have a clear plastic backplate, but there's actually a lot of backplate options. You don't have to go with just a plain clear plastic one. Overall, just a really nice, really versatile case. So looking at this first in our full case mode, putting your phone in here, just the same as with the SolidSuit. Just put in the one side, and then you're going to clip on your other corners. Once on, we have a little bit more give here on the sides than with the SolidSuit, but not much. Just the SolidSuit sets the bar really high, so you do notice any difference from the SolidSuit. Overall, still really quite firm on the sides. Looking here at the amount of lip, basically the same as with the SolidSuit. Looking down here at our port openings, exactly the same as on the SolidSuit. I have the same issue with the fact we've got symmetrical port openings with an asymmetrical phone design, but really not a big deal. Still going to be able to fit many third-party lightning cables here, although of course the case does support wireless charging with no issues, so you might find you're using that less than you otherwise would. Going up the sides, we've got a spot here for a lanyard, although one is not included in the packaging. And we have a slightly textured plastic here on the sides. Gives you some grip, not tons of grip, but overall that combined with the fact that we've got those squarer sides gives this case a reasonably good grip in the hand. Looking at our buttons, excellent buttons, absolutely no issues, very responsive, and then you have easy access to your mute switch. Looking at the view from the top, very nice fit on the phone. And then going over here to our side button, again, super responsive, and we've got some RhinoShield branding down here at the bottom. Looking at the back of our ModNX, you can see that the clear plastic backplate does a good job in showing off the beauty of your iPhone. You can see the lovely color. However, be aware that this type of plastic is quite fingerprint and scratch prone, so you have to be careful there. You've got no issues in the amount of protection you have for your protruding camera. That is all good. There's also no issue with wireless charging with this case, and we have the same amount of limited MagSafe compatibility that we saw with the SolidSuit. In other words, you can kind of use it and it'll work, but you don't have a very strong magnetic connection. So the clear plastic backplate you see here is part of the default configuration for the ModNX, but personally, if I were ordering this, I would always add the extra dollar to upgrade to a print backplate option. I don't actually have one of those to show you for the 12 Pro right now, but for the 11 Pro, you can see this one here on the ModNX. Really quite nice. Definitely more interesting looking than the plain plastic back. And if you're not into flowers, don't worry, because there are literally hundreds of print designs to choose from. And again, it's just $1 difference to go with one of these custom print backplates. So definitely an option to consider. These are still going to be somewhat fingerprint and scratch prone. However, because you've got this pattern to look at, any fingerprints or scratches that do show up are just going to be a lot less noticeable. Removing this from your phone is pretty straightforward. Just start in the bottom corner and push outwards, and go to the other side, do the same thing, and then your phone will pop out. Looking at this in bumper case mode, we got the same sort of fit on here. You got a little bit of give here on the sides, but nothing too concerning. Looking down here at the bottom, same port openings obviously. Got our spot for a lanyard, great buttons, easy mute switch access, nice view from the top. And then looking at the back, this really does a great job of showing off the beauty of your iPhone. I love the way the ModNX looks here in bumper case mode. So pretty. Looks a lot more attractive than with the clear plastic backplate on, in my opinion, because you don't have all those reflections and stuff. And as far as drop protection, RhinoShield says that it's just as protective with only the bumper on as it is with the bumper and the backplate, which seems, well, kind of counterintuitive to me. But I guess what you really need for drop protection is the protection on the sides. So as far as scratch protection, you're not going to get any scratch protection, obviously, with this bumper only. And that's where your backplate is going to help you out. But in terms of drop protection, this is supposedly going to give you the same over 11 feet of drop protection if you were just here in bumper case mode. So you do still have protection here for your protruding camera because the rim of this is a little bit higher than the camera itself, so you can still put this down flat and you're not actually going to be touching the camera onto a flat surface. And this one is going to be completely MagSafe compatible because you're touching the actual back of your phone with your MagSafe charger. So no problems there. Definitely MagSafe compatible. And you're going to be able to do great MagSafe charging with it. So that is definitely a pro. Really nice tight connection here. Definitely not going anywhere. One thing which is a fun option with the ModNX to customize it is to have a different colored rim on the back. So the rim is this little thingy here. So what you need to do is just remove the rim and switch it out for a different color. In fact, I'm going to try the black version on, so I'm just going to take the purple rim here and then switch this out for the purple one. I'm also going to cannibalize the purple version here and switch out my buttons. So looking here, we got a fairly plain black look on the front, but then we got our cool buttons on the sides. It'll be quite an attractive look. And then looking at the back, you've got this nice purple rim around here. Just makes the case overall look a lot more interesting. Now you might be wondering whether you can use a rim and a backplate at the same time, And the answer is no, which is sad because it seems like it would add just a really cool stripe of color, but unfortunately it's an either or. You cannot have a rim and a backplate on at the same time. Overall, I'm really impressed with the SolidSuit and ModNX cases for iPhone 12 and 12 Pro. They have more grip this year with a subtly enhanced design, and they still have the same 11 feet of drop protection, food-grade plastic construction, and impressive array of customization options. Lots to love here from RhinoShield. Again, we've been looking at the RhinoShield SolidSuit and ModNX cases for iPhone 12 and 12 Pro. These cases are available directly from RhinoShield as well as from other retailers, and they are priced starting at $29.99 for the SolidSuit and $31.99 for the ModNX. If you want to upgrade to a print design backplate on your ModNX, the price increases to $32.99. Extra rims for the ModNX will cost you $1.99 each, and extra buttons for either the ModNX or the SolidSuit are 99 cents per set. $29.99 will get you a plain SolidSuit, but if you want to upgrade to the carbon fiber finish shown in this review, or the brushed steel finish, or one of the multitude of print case options, those are priced at $34.99, and the SolidSuit line tops out at $39.99 for the genuine leather and wood options. If you want to save 10% on your RhinoShield purchase, be sure to check out the coupon code, especially for my viewers, in the description below, and if you make your purchase within the first 48 hours of this video being published, you can save 15% rather than 10%. Many thanks to the kind folks at RhinoShield for sending me out these samples to review. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments section below and I'll do my best to answer them. And be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all my iPhone 12 series accessory reviews coming up. Again, this is Kristen with the Tech Reviewer. Thanks so much for watching and have a wonderful day.